Ever since its debut in the Indian market, Xiaomi has managed to capture not just market share but also a good brand recall, which is commendable for a brand that entered the market in July 2014. Making a statement, Xiaomi launched its Mi4i premium budget smartphone at its first ever global launch event in New Delhi. The phone, to be introduced first in the Indian market, boasts hardware specifications seen in premium mid-range phones such as Samsung Galaxy S7 and HTC Desire 826, at a more than 50% lower price. While the phone certainly proves the point that India is a high-priority market for Xiaomi, is it a good buy? We spent a week with the phone to answer this question. Build and design. To be honest, the design language of the phone reminded us of Xiaomi's big screen budget phone, Mi Note, perhaps more so because of the white polycarbonate back. However, this one's a much more compact device measuring just 138.1 x 69.6 x 7.8 mm, just marginally wider and thicker than the Apple iPhone 6. Keep in mind that this one houses a 5-inch display while the iPhone 6 sports a 4.7-incher. Also, the Mi4i has a unibody form factor, which means the polycarbonate back isn't removable, making the device feel more durable. The back is slightly curved around the edges and wraps around the phone in a snug manner. Despite being made of plastic, it feels thick and strong and looks pleasant, thanks to the matte finish. The finish also makes it less susceptible to smudges, and Xiaomi claims it doesn't stain easily. In our use, we found this claim to be true. Unarguably, the best part about the phone is how it's perfect for one-hand use, better than the Mi3 and Mi4, and feels nice to hold. The thin bezels and placement of the power and volume rocker keys, placed at the right edge, all play a role in aiding this. Inserting a connector in the microUSB port, placed at the bottom edge, was a little tricky and takes some effort, though the 3.5mm headset OCta sits at the top edge. The keys offer good tactile feedback. We really like how the rear camera, placed towards the top left, is flush with the back of the phone and doesn't protrude out. One of our other gripes is that the speaker outlet is still at the back. Although there's a lip to raise the phone slightly, sound gets muffled when the phone is placed on a soft surface or inside the pockets of skinny jeans. The left edge sports a SIM card tray that has 2 micro SIM card slots. The front of the phone is dominated by the sharp and vibrant Full HD display, flanked by 3 capacitive navigation keys at the bottom and the front camera lens at the top. Overall, we feel the Xiaomi Mi4i is a pleasant-looking, compact smartphone that will appeal to people who prefer devices that can be easily used with one hand. Display. The Mi4i sports a 5-inch Full HD, 1920 x 1080p, IPS display made by Sharp HD. Kudos to the company for including a bright and vibrant, Full HD panel at this price point. We found the display to be really sharp, packing in 441 pixels per inch. Xiaomi has used Corning's Contour One glass solution to ensure protection against scratches, at the same time making the screen thinner and more sensitive. The ape icons and elements do appear to float on the screen, enhancing the interaction. Xiaomi claims the abrasion resistance is similar to that offered by Gorilla Glass 3. We found that it was less susceptible to smudges and even minor scratches. Xiaomi uses a special technology called sunlight display to ensure the display renders graphics well even under direct sunlight. It lights up the darker pixels through a smart algorithm and hardware-based processing so that the pictures, videos and elements including keyboards look as good as they would in normal light. We were impressed by this feature during our use. It's also helpful while clicking pictures under sunlight. Software. Xiaomi Mi4i runs Android 5.0 Lollipop-based MIUI 6, the latest operating system from the company. The Mi4i doesn't explicitly feature Android Lollipop tweaks. Even the Ape switcher is the one featured in MIUI, and system apps don't feature Material Design. Xiaomi has added support for 6 Indian languages and VisualAI for India. VisualAI allows users to navigate through interactive voice response systems in a menu-driven fashion. Currently, VisualAI is in beta and supports 3 services, Clartrip and Indigo. Our review unit did not come with the feature. The new OS boasts of a flatter design, smoother transition effects, better multitasking and notifications interfaces and gestures, among other features. Mi resembles Apple's iOS in design and navigation and doesn't come with a separate app drawer. It focuses on ease of use in addition to offering enhanced native apps, better notifications and things like call recording and call blocking. For a detailed look at the software, please read our Xiaomi Mi 4 review. Camera. The Xiaomi Mi 4i sports on 5MP front camera, with 5-element lens, f/1.8 aperture, and a 13MP Sony stacked MOS rear camera, with 5-element lens, f/2.0 aperture. The rear camera comes with the Apple iPhone 6-like two-tone flash to balance out light when it's used. The Mi 4i features the same camera app that we've seen in the Mi 4. It doesn't feature basic and advanced modes. Instead, there are 3 screens when you slide horizontally, in still mode. The first one featuring live filters, the middle one is the default camera interface and the last one has toggles for panorama, timer, manual, beautify and refocus modes and the settings button. In video mode the interface is limited to 2 screens with one offering toggles for fast and slow motion video in addition to settings that lets you select full HD video recording mode. The manual mode offers granular settings for attributes like white balance, focus, exposure time and so. Images captured by the camera in daylight turned out to great with good level of detail, accurate color reproduction, little or no noise and good contrast. Low light and indoor shots were also decent, but had some noise, especially at 100% zoom. Shots taken under HDR mode had deeper colors and had lighter shadows. The front camera also captures decent quality selfies in tandem with the beauty mode that makes these look good. Xiaomi Mi 4i offers video recording in 1080p, 720p and 480p resolution and includes an image stabilizer anti-shake feature. Doesn't include optical image stabilization though. It takes good quality video and the quality of audio was also good. We have to say the phone has one of the best cameras available in its price segment. Performance. Unlike the Mi 3, the Xiaomi Mi 4i doesn't come with a high-end processor but instead the company has powered the phone with Qualcomm's new 64-bit 1.7 GHz octa-core Snapdragon 615 processor. It has Adreno 405 graphics and 2 GB of RAM along with 16 GB storage but no microSD card slot. In 1 week of using the phone we felt that while overall performance matched premium budget and mid-range phones there were a few niggles. Firstly, the transition effects and animations part of MIUI 6 were a little jerky with occasional frame drops. Tweaking the settings in the developer options settings helps but why not smoothen these up by optimizing the hardware and processor, out of the box? We also observed that the phone had the tendency to get a little warm after playing games and with multiple apps running in the background. As the phone gets warmer, the CPU performance is affected and the user experience gets sluggish. We measured the temperature of the battery and found it to be in the range of 37 to 40 degrees Celsius at these times. Our typical usage comprises of a Twitter client with updates on Phoenix, WhatsApp, Facebook, Chrome, Spotify/Google Play Music, Instagram and some news apps. We played games like Leo's Fortune and Asphalt 8 and found minor frame drops with the latter in the balanced mode. The performance mode does improve things and makes the experience better but takes a toll on the phone's battery backup. If you turn the brightness levels to full and use 2 to 3 email accounts, with push, have 3 grams turned on, and enable notifications for Twitter and Facebook, the phone will last 10-12 hours in performance mode and 13-14 hours in balanced mode. Turn down the brightness or set it to automatic and you'll gain 2-3 more hours. We also had Bluetooth turned on with Xiaomi's Mi Band and an Android Wear watch connected all the time. For a 3120mAh battery, we expected better from the Mi 4i but the backup is at par with most modern mid-range phones, lasting you almost a full day. We were in awe of how Xiaomi managed to fit in a big battery in such a compact phone. The phone scored 38,006 in AnTuTu, 24,534 in Quadrant and 59.6 in NanoMark 2. Though we usually do not recommend a phone based solely on benchmarks as real-world performance is different at times, here the results are in line with our observations. Mi 4i lags a little behind the Mi 4 but scores better compared to Eureka. Network reception was pretty good and we did not have any issues while making and receiving calls, even in weak reception areas. The phone was able to get a GPS lock within seconds and dual SIM functionality worked without any hiccups. The phone supports most popular audio and video file formats, and with USBot support you can even play the ones stored on an external pen drive. Be warned that USBot also drains the battery faster. Unfortunately, the Mi4i doesn't support microSD cards, so you won't be able to store your complete library if you carry a lot of multimedia files with you. The phone has about 12.9 GB of storage. The phone has FM radio and even supports recording. It supports the 2 Indian 4g bands, but we weren't able to test 4g since there are no live LTE networks in New Delhi at the moment. Both SIM card slots of the phone support 4g, which is commendable. Xiaomi has a pretty good record of updating its phone's software consistently to enhance performance. We've seen this happen with the previously released phones and expect the company will roll out updates to iron out the optimization issues in the future. Verdict: there is a lot going in favor of the Xiaomi Mi4i. It's one of the few phones under Rs 15,000 to sport a brilliant, Full HD display. The camera is also best in class, and the wide range of connectivity options along with the compact, one-hand use optimized form factor make it a compelling buy. The only problem areas are the underwhelming battery life, we expected better from a 3120R1, and some minor performance issues in the balanced mode. At Rs 12,999, the Mi4i is not only a worthy rival to the likes of the Asus Zenfone 2, Motorola Moto G, Huawei Honor 4X and the Eureka, but also to much expensive phones such as Samsung Galaxy S7 and HTC Desire 826. We have no qualms in recommending the Mi4i. The Eureka is the closest, with similar hardware, better performance but an inferior screen and camera. Also, the Eureka is a phablet. If you're looking for a better alternative and can spare Rs 2000, then the Zenfone 2's Full HD variant is also a good option. It has expandable storage and a bigger screen,